Secrets of the Deep. Zane, Lloyd, Nia, and Jay crept down the corridor of the Hydro Bounty, the submersible carrying the ninja to the deepest part of the ocean. Zane limped heavily, as though he had a peg leg. "Zane," Jay hissed, "you aren't a pirate! Stop walking like one!" "Yar," Zane growled in his pirate voice. "I only follow the sea's customs, laddie." Jay looked around nervously. "Stop talking like a pirate too! Ducklesworth will hear you and know we're coming!" Someone had been doing chores aboard the sub when the ninja weren't looking, and the ninja wanted to find out who it was. Jay believed it was a ghost butler he'd named Ducklesworth.
"It's probably a stowaway. Ghosts aren't known for doing dishes and laundry,"
Nia said.
"This sounds more like something
Nia didn't let her finish. It couldn't be her. A loud crash made them spin around. A shadowy figure was racing down the corridor. "It's Ducklesworth!" Jay cried. "Get him!" The ninja sprinted down the hall before reaching a dead end. Where'd it go? Lloyd wondered. "Hello? He's a ghost. He can fade through walls," Jay said. "Ghosts are like super ninja."
"Wait,"
Nia said.
"let's say I was a ninja. A former ninja. Where would I—"
She looked up and suddenly wished the sub had been haunted by a ghost butler.
I knew it!
Near the ceiling was Nia's mother, Maya, hands braced against one side of the corridor, feet against the other. She looked totally comfortable, like this was perfectly normal. She glanced down at Nia and her friends with happy surprise. "Oh, hi, sweetie. You're here too?" "You're Ducklesworth?" Jay asked Maya, confused.
"There's no ghost, Jay,"
Nia repeated.
"Just my mom not believing I can do anything on my own."
"That's not true, Nia," Maya protested. "I just wanted to be there for you, to help you figure this out. Besides, you're the one who told me it's important to get involved and fix things, so I'm here."
"We're turning around and taking you home,"
Nia said firmly.
"Where you should have stayed when we left."
"Stand fast," Zane barked. "We be miles neath the briny blue. We can't turn back now." Maya shrugged. "Oh, see? No backsies. Don't worry, I'll bake us some muffins." Lloyd and Jay smiled. "Yes!" Suddenly, there was a loud boom, and the ship shook. Nia wondered if the hull might buckle, but it held. "What was that?" Lloyd gasped. "Let's get to the bridge and find out," Jay replied. They raced off, Nia scowling at her mother. On the bridge, the screen showed only the suckers of a giant tentacle. The ship rocked again. "We are in the grip of an oversized cephalopod," Pixel announced. "A giant octopus," Zane translated. "Perhaps the same beastie Pixel and I crossed swords with not long ago." The ship shook again and didn't stop. Nia thought an octopus big enough to grab the sub could probably rip it apart as well. Jay and Lloyd looked very seasick. "Please hold that order of muffins," Jay said shakily.
"I'll show Mr. Squeeze-It who's in charge around here,"
Nia said, lifting her hands. As she felt her water power rise, the other ninja and Maya took an uncertain step back. Nia knew they were worried she'd lose control again. She didn't want to cause another catastrophe, and definitely not in front of her mother. She lowered her hands, and the relieved crew stepped forward. "We might rescue ourselves through non-mystical means," Pixel mused. "Activating defense systems." The walls thrummed with energy. "Raising hull temperature." She frowned. "No result." Pixel pushed another button, and the ninja heard a faint wailing. "Playing octopus mating call." "We're not trying to find it a date, Pixel," Jay groaned. But it didn't matter, because the octopus held its grip. Now there was desperation in Pixel's voice. attempting evasive maneuver. She steered the sub into a power spin, whirling it to confuse and startle the octopus. No effect, she reported sadly. The ninja fell silent. Maya stepped forward. I may be a former master of water, she said with a smile, but I have an idea. Zane, honey, come with me. As Maya and Zane ran off, Nia shouted, "What are you gonna do? Teach the octopus good manners?" If her mother had heard, she didn't respond. Nia didn't want Maya hovering around her all the time, but part of her wondered why her mother had picked Zane to accompany her and not her own daughter. Moments later, the Hydro Bounty's airlock opened, and Zane and Maya swam out wearing ambient pressure submersible suits, or hydromechs. They aimed their shining headlamps on the enormous octopus gripping the sub. Its massive, rubbery body rippled and changed colors all the time. One of the octopus's huge eyes followed the hydromechs as they buzzed around it. Zane, Maya said, I need you to distract the octopus. I'll tell it tales of pirate adventure. Zane zoomed past the octopus's eye. These be Captain Zanebeard's waters, he shouted, then mimed sword fighting. I'm the scoundrel that skewered Yo-Ho Yippington, the scalawag that plundered the island of gold eye patches. Maya waited tensely for an opening. Zane needed to engage the octopus in some kind of action. And as Zane told the legend of Hook Hand Herbert, the annoyed creature finally acted. It lifted one huge tentacle from the Hydro Bounty and smacked Zane, stunning him. This was not exactly what Maya had wanted, but it was her chance. She swam to where the tentacle met the octopus's body and tickled it. The octopus's tentacle lashed at Maya, but she continued to deliver more tickles. The creature squeezed the Hydro Bounty harder, and Maya worried the ship would be crushed. Fortunately, the octopus was simply trying to hang on, and it couldn't. It released the sub and swam away. Recovered, Zane swam up, impressed. Blimey, you sure shivered its timbers. They won't shiver for long. Let's get out of here and get inside. Soon they were back aboard. They stepped out of their hydromechs and raced to the bridge. On the screen, Maya and the ninja saw the octopus streaking back toward them, and Maya knew this time it would crush the ship immediately. Pixel hastily set a course, Lloyd fired up the engines, and Jay steered the sub away at top speed. Just as the octopus made one last grab, it found only water, and the sub zoomed to freedom. Pixel put the sub on autopilot, and the ninja celebrated Maya's daring plan. We wouldn't have made it without you, Mom, Nia admitted. Maya smiled gratefully. But a moment later, they noticed a strange glow outside the windows, and then the ship vibrated again. It's Ducklesworth! Jay shrieked. Incorrect, Pixel replied, checking instruments. Someone is shooting at us. What or who is after us now? Lloyd wondered, shocked. Nia didn't know, but she felt sure if anything challenged them, they'd be able to overcome it. Yes, her powers were behaving strangely, but she was with her team, and they'd overcome every crisis they'd faced so far. Who knew? Maybe even her mother would be of help too. This was Lego Ninjago, Mystery of the Lost Power. Written by Adam Beechin. Edited by Sarah Fabani. Edited by Meg Wong. Washed Out, Mom Knows Best, and Secrets of the Deep. Written by Adam Beechin. International coordination by Kai Schenka. Producer for Leonine Audio, Ingrid Herzl. Recorded at Real Voice LA. Sound design and mastering by the Hörspiel Studio Exberg, Berlin. Music from Epidemic Sound. A Hörspiel Studio production for Leonine Audio 2025. Lego, the Lego logo, the brick and knob configurations, the minifigure, and Ninjago are trademarks of the Lego Group.